So I'm gonna make this quick video about 10th house, moon in the 10th house, in my perspective, because or moon in Capricorn. From my experience, because I'm a Capricorn moon, I've learned based on the other placements in my life, especially my Sag and Pluto. What it indicates is that I'm here to transform the generation after me. I'm really or change the paradigm of the family. And Spirit told me while I was watching a Virgo, Eric Thomas, after the video turned off, it clicked in my brain that said that the reason why I have Moon in Capricorn is because I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility on my life. Because one thing he was talking about was that yes, you're here to make money and build all these things, but you also have a responsibility to your ancestors. And what clicked in my brain, because the video just turned on to this video while I was watching him of another video of his, it just clicked onto this. And I'm guessing because Spirit had this message for me. One of the reasons why I am where I am is because I have a responsibility to change. That's my because Capricorn represents responsibility. So I have a response. Ooh, I just got another download. I have a responsibility to change the paradigm of my family. So because my Saturn is in the eighth house, that also because Pisces in the eighth house, eighth house also has a lot of conflicts with father. It also brings a lot of ups and downs with father. So I have a responsibility to not only learn from their mess, but to make it my message to change the paradigm. And one thing he talked about in this video was that he was here to change the paradigm of his family. And what he was talking about with his son was that he programmed his son to court his mother. And what that means is sent when his mother came down from the airport, he bought her favorite flowers and her favorite food to eat, her favorite snacks. And he taught him how to be a gentleman. He taught him how to he brought a mentor into his life, and he said that you're going to follow in certain footsteps of praise, of worship, of church, however, and certain alignment. And he's talking about him programming his son, because even to say stuff like, yo, you're going to date one woman at a time, because your granddad was dating 4 or 5 women at the same time, having multiple children. That ends today. That ends with me. And I'm the same way, where my parents were toxic, abusive, narcissistic, not emotionally there. They provided for me, but they didn't really take the time out to raise me. They provided for me. And I got that from Young Van Zandt. But they didn't really take the time to raise me, to nurture me, to grow me, to help me develop my mind, my body, my spirit. Because as I understand now as an adult, providing for somebody is great, but we all get to a certain age where we're able to provide for ourselves. You can get a job and provide for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And learn the appropriate, especially now this time of day, learn the appropriate skills. You could be making 6 figures by the time you're 17 years old or less. If you find the right opportunity, you pose your mind a certain way. You feel me? So we don't need parents who are just providing for our babies. We need parents who are gonna raise them, help them develop their character, and this is one thing he was talking about in the video, help them develop their mind, help them develop their spirit, and more importantly, so they can give back to their community. So Moon in the 10th house usually, or Capricorn, usually has a responsibility to change the home, because it was placed there because Capricorn is a strong sign. It's a strong earth sign. They endure a lot. They able to, meaning they're here to change things with their work, their purpose. Because usually you have to balance out work and home. Even if you work from home, you, through your purpose and your drive and you achieving goals, you are here to change the paradigm, even if it's just say financial. Because my family was poor poverty mindset, had a poverty mindset, and I'm here to change that in many regards, because all they talked about was shit that other people owned, and I don't like to be owned. I like ownership. And because my moon is in the eighth house, my father challenged me a lot in a negative way because he was low frequency, in a way where he couldn't see past himself because he was so caught up in his own flaws, his own mistakes, his own failures, because he did not become all that God wanted him to be. He just became somebody who provides for his family, and that's it. So he shortchanged himself, which had nothing to do with me. And from a young age, I decided I wasn't going to do that. I felt it wasn't my responsibility to take care of nobody else but myself. But myself. First. I feel like and I'm reading in this book, it is not, and it confirmed for me, it is not your responsibility to go into any relationship. I mean an intimate, like a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, trying to find yourself. I believe when you're trying to find yourself, get you some friends, because friends come and go. Get you some, even though it can be harder for that as well, but that's a lighter load to deal with, a friendship ending, than somebody you had sex with, somebody you gave you feel because when you're in a relationship with somebody, really friendship or it doesn't matter, but even a close friendship, a friendship, you don't have to be responsible for them. But when you're quote unquote, it's harder when you're in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. You feel like you're responsible for them because they are, even though you're not, because they represent you. You are a union. You are not a union when you're in friendship. You are co-aligned, but you're not a union. And neither are you when you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, because that's still not union. That's just co-aligned. But most people think that means you're in union when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, because you're not married. Period. But anyway, you have when your moon is in the 10th house, you have a responsibility to change the home with work, and that can be work mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And because my moon is my Capricorn, my Saturn is in the house of my Saturn is in Pisces in the eighth house. That means I have a responsibility to change my family from the eighth house perspective and from the 12th house perspective, of and how it's aligned in my chart. My 12th house is in Cancer, so that means emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, and sexually sharing resources, ownership of property, going into the occult, and as a teacher, I learned, and as I'm showing you, through magic, through ancestry, through all these other things, that the eighth house represents, the 12th house represents, through deep spirituality, through travel, wisdom, through understanding. And a lot of the times, this is a quote, and I'm gonna say this here, last thing here, because my sun is in the ninth house. 'Cause I'm a cusp. I'm an Aries Taurus cusp, and my Aries is in the ninth, and my Taurus is in the 10th house. So it's really a cusp, Aries Taurus cusp in the 10th house, ninth and 10th house, and my Pisces is in the ninth house. So for me, this quote really deeply resonates with me. Your soul is your guru. Communicate with your higher self. Call you on your higher self. This has been the truth of my life for as far as I can remember. My soul is my guru. I had mentors that came to me, that showed me some way, but I always understand my soul was my guru. I already had an internal blueprint about where I wanted to be and what aligned and what didn't align. And because if you have those placements, you may not have a mentor, but your soul is your guru, because the fourth house, in some astrologers would say, is the house of the soul. So your soul is the guru for your work. If it doesn't align with your soul, you will repeat, most likely, and this is my exact situation, you will repeat the curses of your family.